This is my special introduction. Today's episode isn't not normal. Like, I'm not just gonna sit here and talk like that boring stuff. I'm gonna talk about urban legends.
Somebody
Legends
made a video
that
about
what?
it. Midnight Man. He's a midnight man. They just call him at 12, and then if he survives till 3.
Alright, I'm going to tell you guys stuff that might be creepy to some of you, but not creepy to most of you, probably. I might have confused you, but here is one of them that me and my brother found pretty freaky. Alright, so, like I said, today's episode is Urban Legends. Here's one of them. I will read exactly what it says.
I'm gonna read them.
Ever played Sonic R? Possibly a small percent of you have heard of the Tails doll. Here is one of the stories I have heard from my close friend. A man came home from work with a gift for his son. He had picked up a new video game for him, Sonic R. It was a racing game, and when he gave his son the gift, he was so excited to get it and play it right away. That night, he played the game with his son, and they had a great time. A couple days later, the boy was almost finished with the game. His dad was in the room when he beat the last boss, and he roared in excitement when he finally did it. He smiled and asked him how he liked the game as he watched the credits screen. And then it says, "What was that?" And he asked the boy when the Tails doll appeared on the screen. The boy said it was the Tails doll. That's all he knew. He told his son it was time for bed. During the night, the curious father went into the boy's room and turned on the TV very quietly to play the game for a while himself. He noticed that he now had the option to play as Tails doll. He chose him to tag with some group of a game. Something like that. The game was fun until he tagged him up with Sonic. The screen went black when the game system shut itself down. The man decided it was time for him to go to sleep since he had work in the morning. Urban Legends Online. So he creeped out of his son's room and went to lay in his bed with his wife. It says at around 2 a.m. he woke up when he heard thumps on his door. He assumed it was his son getting up to ask him to get him something. He told the boy to go back to bed. The thumping kept happening. At one point he noticed a little shadow coming from under the door. Tails kept popping in his head. He got out of bed and slowly opened the door. Then he heard someone say this very softly, "You are coming with me forever." It was the doll, an evil, blood-covered, possessed little doll. It was the doll from the game. It had to be. And there's a lot of different versions of this, but I will try to put up the picture of what they say it looked like. And there's 2 different pictures. I don't know which one I'll show you guys, but that was creepy. Leave a comment below. And wow, this is already a long video, and it was only one story so far.
Can I?
No, let me say something. I want to tell you guys one more, and then there will be a part 2, but it's not going to be me. Hold on.
No, I'm not gonna
What?
I'm gonna go on my computer.
Oh, not part 2. Hold on. This one is a good one. I liked it, if it's even the same one. It is called Clown Statue. It says, the girl was babysitting for some family friends one night. A little boy and a little girl. The parents had a fetish for clowns and had collected clowns from around the world for years. Set aside a room in the house just to put them on display. That night the children were playing in this very room. Many of the clowns were just statues and some were life-size. One in particular was seated in a small childlike rocking chair. The babysitter started to feel more and more uneasy about the statue throughout the night. She felt as though the eyes were following her whenever she moved around the room with the children. She decided to call the parents. "I'm sorry to bother you," she said, "but I was wondering if I could move this clown that you have in the rocking chair. It's starting to scare me and the kid. Me, starting to scare the kids and I." "What clown are you referring to? I don't recall us having a clown fit in that description. Are you sure it's sitting in a rocking chair?" the mother asked. Some weird look. "Yes, I'm sure," said the girl. "It's sitting right here I'm looking at right now. Why, I know it's probably very old and I shouldn't attempt to move it out of the way, but it says, take the kids and get out of the house now. The neighbor across the street will let you in. Call me immediately when you get there." And with that, the mother hung up. Frightened and confused, the babysitter grabbed the kids and ran out. When she and the kids arrived safely at the neighbor, she called the mother and answered. "What's wrong? Did something happen? Are you all okay?" the girl asked. "Yes, we are fine, but it's not us we are worried about. It's you and the kids. I'm glad you called. We were afraid this would happen again. We will be there shortly along with the police. I'll explain everything when we get there." And the mother hung up. The parents later explained that to the girl that for some time the next door neighbor had been giving them problems. He was mentally ill, heard voices, the whole bit. Oh, the whole bit. On numerous occasions, he had snuck into their house and tried to kidnap the children. This time, he dressed up as in a clown suit and painted his face, and waited quietly until he had the opportunity to do what he came to do. The parents had informed the police many times, but never had any proof until about what was happening. They think the girl paid her and drove her home. Well, I think that is really, really cool. But there was another one that was saying that there was a homeless guy in the house, and he was sitting in the corner like this, sitting there just frozen, and then the girl called the police and he was hiding there to take food. But please subscribe and subscribe and I guess like the video, please. Thank you. Bye.